what we're talking about is the top 5 reasons or top 5 decisions that I've made in my life that have brought me closer to being financially independent, and that would give me the potential to retire early. Now, there's arguments about how if you're a bad person, if you decide to retire early because you're not going to benefit society. But I'd argue that there are a lot of rich people that have the possibility to retire, that have the possibility to do more for the world because they have more money. And so, anyway, I'm really looking to help other people out most of the time. And so, I don't know. I feel like I've got a good personality for it, so I deserve it. Anyway, so let's get to it. I don't want to waste a lot of time. The last video was a beast for me. It was like 36 minutes of just straight content, and it was really good. It was called How to Buy an Italian Villa on Auction, and go check that out. Oh, I have to get rid of that. There we go. And so, how do we start this? I guess we start by counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 5. The top 5th best, the 5th highest, no, I don't know. The number 5 on this list is the fact that we bought this house that I live in with cash, okay? So I'm in Italy. We bought this villa, and we've been living in it for a number of years now, just over 5, and we paid cash for 5 years. We have not paid a mortgage payment. We've not paid rent, and it is liberating, okay? And so, yeah, you could argue I could have used my cash for potentially better things, but not only do I save money on rent every single month, but I also have another benefit. Now, quickly, people might argue that a house is not an asset. My house is as close to an asset as you're ever going to get because I don't have to pay the bank permission to stay in their house. It's my house, and the piece of paper says so. And so that's already a big plus, right? I do have to spend money on expenses every month, so it's technically a liability still, and I'm betting that the price will go up, but at least right now I'm covered, and just the fact alone that I don't have to stress over the idea of not having a house tomorrow, I think this is the first time that I've ever had that freedom, that financial freedom, and I think for me, that's what financially independent really means, is feeling free and not having that stress weighing over your head all the time. Okay, so that's my FIRE status motivation. Okay, so let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is real estate related as well. Because we were able to save money every month, we were able to roll that money into another property. We bought one and we split it into 2 cash flowing properties. And so every month we gain a little bit. It's not a lot. We gain a little bit more to put in our pockets to do it again in the future. Now, we are looking at right now following the f.i.r.e method. It's out there in the blog world. And we're trying to see if we can implement it here in Italy. And if you want to check that playlist, go check it out on my channel. But this is number 4 and not number 1, but because there are some other things that I prioritize and I consider more powerful in helping my family reach financial independency. Okay, number 4 is this idea that I'm receiving cash. And that's the whole principle of being able to be financially independent, right? That I have a source of income that I've created outside of any job or job that I have or my wife has or will have to have until we're 70 years old. Yeah, I don't like that feeling. And so I'm building more and more and more of these sources of income. I love watching out there on YouTube all of these, how I built 7, 8 sources of income, because that's really it's a great thing. It's a great motivator to see other people being successful like that. Okay, number 3. Number 3 is a lifestyle choice. And I just did a video about it called the top, this is the top video. The reason why I drive, why I bought a 22-year-old car, why I own a 22-year-old car. I think it's why I drive. Anyway, so now it's not about the car, okay? The car is the car. It's an Alfa Romeo 145. Lots of people love them, but the car is the car. I want a Tesla, but my family's not in a position to buy that right now, right? So the reason why it steps above the into the top three spot is that it's about the principle of the decision we made during the period we made it. Our car broke down. It was an emergency situation. We paid cash for that first car, and it was nice, but it broke down unexpectedly. And so instead of rushing off and trying to improve our life as we felt we deserved that nice brand new luxury car, we decided to follow the path less traveled. No, maybe more traveled. But to take a car that would not impact our finances heavily, to save up some cash, and to purchase a car in the future. That way we wouldn't take on debt, and we could keep debt for what it's needed for, like in emergencies or investments. Okay, so the point is that I've proven to myself that I can make a good decision, in my opinion, a good decision in an emergency situation. And I think the idea of me proving that to myself is great, because if I can prove that to myself over and over and over and over again, it means I'm improving. Because last year, I'll tell you some stories later. I'll be doing a top 5 worst financial decisions. Yeah, it's going to be on there. Anyways, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when that video comes out. I'll probably do it in this format. This is kind of fun. If you're watching this video, I have no idea. Welcome to the channel. This whole app thing, no idea if it tells me. All right, so here we go. Number 2. Number 2 is very tightly related to number 3, but it's more about a general frugality. Is that a good word? The ability to not need all of those expensive tech gadgets every time they come out. The ability to not need to go and watch that new movie the moment it comes out. The ability to not need to go and take my family out to dinner every single meal. Now, I've been there. I've eaten out every meal, and I have no idea how I didn't get fat. But I literally, every meal. It was bad. I wasn't necessarily healthy, but that's a different story. Anyway, my wife, she cooks delicious meals every day, because I'm a horrible cook, and I'm sorry. I apologize to my wife because I'm such a horrible cook, and she always has to do it. But she does an amazing job, and we know how to save more money than we are expending, because we don't need it. We know we don't need all that stuff. It's kind of like living a minimalist lifestyle, but if you've seen my house, we could do better. Anyway, so that's number 2. It's about a lifestyle choice, to be able to ignore all the buzz in the shops, okay? And just decide to move forward and keep more than we spend, okay? Because it doesn't matter how much you make. If you make $100,000 and spend $110,000, opposed to someone who makes $30,000 and saves and spends $20,000, the person who makes more is actually 20,000 behind in the world. All right, so number 1. What is the number 1 decision that I've made, or lifestyle choice that I've made that is going to bring me to financial independency sooner? What is it? Well, should I tell you? Just kidding. To be honest, it's escaped my mind. I've done this 3 times, and I'm tired, and it's gone. Oh, I know. Okay, this is something that I have not always been great at. It's about investing in myself, okay? I did go to university, and the best part about university was when it was over for me. I had some fun in it, but it was not the best experience of my life. I didn't take advantage of it to its full potential, But in these days where people are talking about how much debt they get into, I actually made a really good decision sticking with the university I went to because it was a lot cheaper. Okay, so I saved money, and I wasn't in as much debt as other people were. That are right now because they want a more expensive school. Um, but the point is that even if I had done this, I didn't really appreciate education, right? And so I never, after I graduated university, I did not have intentions of master's degree or doctorate degree, and I felt pretty smart. I thought I was really smart because that degree I took felt pretty easy to me, and that's why I didn't engage to it. But instead, and maybe that was a good thing because I ended up attacking other things like real estate, and it became a big part of my life. But um, the point is that later on in life, I finally saw the value of investing in my future, in myself, and realizing that the knowledge here is a lot more powerful than the house that I'm living in or the two investment properties that we purchased. Okay, the knowledge we gain is what we get to keep, and what actually is it's really the cause of all the money coming into our home to create that financial independent future. Okay, and that's where I want to leave you at. My number one thing that I think everyone should do is invest in their financial education and invest in any strategy that will help them to create something of their own and make it create cash for their family. Okay, so that's my top 5. It's been fun. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. The notification bell is useful, but I am going to ask and I'm going to plead. Share the video with someone who likes the FIRE movement. Share it with a friend who needs to fix their finances. I don't know. Maybe I can inspire. I don't know. Maybe I can inspire them. But if at least one person decides that they want to stick around and talk finances with me, you know what? I have no idea if the audio is working. Oh, good. I don't want to do this a fourth time. So that's the end. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.